channel. I am so happy here. We're gonna let my friends choose how much I read each day for a week in this video, and I'm really excited. By the way, the company right next to my building is having another event with live music. I did close all of my windows, but if you still hear it, I'm sorry. It's so loud. But it is currently 5 p.m. on Friday. I was at the office all day and now just took a shower and got ready because my boyfriend and I are gonna see a movie tonight. We're gonna watch the new Pedro Pascal movie. Do I know what the movie is about? Absolutely not. Do I just want to watch it because of Pedro? Yeah. But we love a boyfriend who supports your interests. But in general, I'm really excited because we haven't been to the movies in months, so I'm really looking forward to it. I already asked one of my friends to pick a number this morning just so I was able to plan out my day. I told her to pick a number between 1 and 300 and she picked 256. So we have to read 256 pages today. I'm gonna ask a different friend each day, and I'm also gonna adjust the number I tell them, because now on a weekend I will be able to read more than, for example, on Monday where I'm at the office all day and then I have my jazz class at night. I physically won't be able to read more than 100 pages on that day, so I'm gonna adjust the number. But I did already read more than half of the amount of pages I have to read because I finished She Can Run by Melinda Lee today, which were 141 pages. I've been slowly making my way through Melinda Lee's backlist. I started with her most recent series and now this is one of her earliest releases. This followed Beth, who had to escape from her husband with her 2 children, and she gets taken in by Jack. He's trying to figure out about Beth's past and how to help her. And I did really like the mystery or thriller aspect of this book, but I hated the romance. It was so rushed and unbelievable. It didn't make any sense to me. It felt like she just put in a romance to have a romance and not because it was like a valid reason. So that kind of put me off, but I'm still gonna continue reading this series. But I rated this 2.75 stars. It's definitely my least favorite book by her so far, but I'm still gonna keep reading her books because they're really entertaining. I did listen to all of her other books on audio, but I just couldn't listen to the narrator of this one. The narration was so annoying, I couldn't do it, so I did read that physically. And I now have 115 pages left to read. My boyfriend's gonna be here in about an hour and a half, so we have enough time to read those pages now. And I think the book I'm gonna start next is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the second book in the Ember Quartet. I thought that I already read this because I put the third part of the series, which is A Reaper at the Gates, on my TBR for this month because I thought I read this already, but I haven't. So we're gonna read this first. I read An Ember in the Ashes years ago, probably like 2 years ago. So I don't remember a lot about it, but I know that I did really enjoy it. I think I'm gonna look up a summary of the first book, just so I don't have a hard time going into this one. I'm quickly gonna tell you what the first book was about, because I'm probably not gonna go into detail about this book, because it would spoil the first book for you. But the series is set in a brutal empire that is inspired by ancient Rome. And it follows Laia, who's a slave, and she's trying to save her brother who's been imprisoned. And our MMC is Elias, who's a soldier for the Empire, but he secretly hates it and wants to escape, which is why their paths cross eventually, and they're drawn into this rebellion against the Empire and start working together. There's also a romance involved, and like I said, I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm really excited to read this. I saw that it's available on Libby, so I'm gonna read it on my Kindle, but I'm gonna sit down now and try to read as much as I can. It is almost 11 p.m. I'm back home and I still have 60 pages to read. I'm gonna take off my makeup now and try to lock in to finish those pages. The music is still so loud. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Hopefully it will stop soon because I'm overstimulated and I want to go to bed soon. But the movie was really, really good. Good morning and happy Saturday. It is 9:30. I've been up for about an hour, but I've just been laying in bed. It's raining again and I just feel really cozy today. I asked my cousin last night to pick a number between 1 and 300 because I knew out of all of my friends she would be the first to wake up this morning, and she responded at like 6 a.m. It's Saturday. But she picked 228, and because I'm the worst at math, I just used my calculator to figure out to what page I have to read today. I'm on page 119 of A Torch Against the Night right now, so I have to read to page 347, and I should definitely be able to do that. I'm gonna meet a friend for coffee this afternoon, and right after I'm gonna go to my heels class. But other than that, and like doing some chores around the house, I don't have anything to do today, so I should be able to get a lot of reading time in. I'm really enjoying this so far. I looked up a summary of the first book before going into this, and even though it's been a while since I've read the first book and I don't have the best memory, it wasn't hard for me to get back into this world, so that's great. And I love fantasy books with like a quest or of following the characters travel somewhere, so this is really fun to read. I think it isn't a spoiler if I tell you that, but Leia, I actually saw that she's pronounced Leia, I think, and Elias are traveling to a prison where Leia's brother is held. I'm gonna lay back down and continue reading until I feel like getting up, but right now I don't. I still have like 200 pages to read today, so tonight's gonna be fun. But I'm gonna go meet a friend now to get some matcha or coffee, and then I'm gonna go straight to my dance class from there, and then I'll be back home at around 8. And I'm usually really exhausted after dance class, so crossing my fingers that I will be able to reach the amount of pages I want to read today. It is almost 8 p.m. I just got back home and took a quick shower. I still have exactly 200 pages to read tonight, so we really have to log in now. But I quickly want to paint my air dry clay. If you have watched my last video, you saw that my cousin and I made these tic-tac-toe boards out of clay, and it's finally dry after almost 8 weeks. So I'm gonna put the first layer of paint on there, and then I'm gonna sit down and start reading. I did it. I wrote to page 347. It's almost 12 a.m. I was so close to falling asleep, but I finished my pages. I'm so tired though. I'm gonna fall asleep right away probably. I already asked my boyfriend to pick a number between 1 and 300 for tomorrow, and he chose 217. So we're definitely gonna finish A Torch Against the Night tomorrow. I'm still really enjoying it. There's a lot happening, and then I'm gonna start a new book. I'm not sure which one yet. We're just gonna see tomorrow. It is already 5:30 on Sunday, and I think I haven't talked to you at all today. But like I said, I had 217 pages to read today, and I read about the first half of it. This morning, I read 113 pages of A Torch Against the Night, and I finished it. Now I still have 104 pages to read. My boyfriend came over for a while and we played some board games and had some dinner. Now I'm gonna sit down and read. I'm gonna rate this 4.5 stars. It was so good. All of the characters are so amazing. I also loved how all of the characters grew in this book. And there was just so much happening. Like, there wasn't a second that was boring. And there also weren't any scenes that felt unnecessary. So if you haven't started the series yet, this is your sign. But now I'm not really sure what book to read next. I started listening to the audiobook of Honey and Spice last week. But I'm not really enjoying the audiobook that much, so I'm thinking about reading it physically, but I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to read this right now. I also thought about starting Wildcard, Elsie Silver's latest release, but do I feel like reading a romance right now? I'm probably gonna start the next book in the Ember Quartet, which is A Reaper at the Gates, because the book kind of ended on a cliffhanger and I just want to know what's gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna start this and then see if maybe I am in the mood to read some romance, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. I do still have some stuff to do today, but I don't really feel like being productive. I kind of just want to read. I don't know why, but my imposter syndrome is really hitting lately. I do also have that on like Instagram and TikTok, but especially on YouTube. I sometimes feel so silly for doing videos in English because it isn't my first language, and you can definitely hear that. And sometimes I feel like I can't express my thoughts into words without sounding completely dumb. And then I have thoughts like I should probably stop making YouTube videos because it's kind of embarrassing, but I shouldn't think that. I mean, even if not a single person would watch my videos, I still have a lot of fun making them and also editing them, so why should I stop because I don't feel like I'm good enough to do YouTube? But I just wanted to share that, and I hope it will get better at some point. Good morning. It is 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. As you can tell, I didn't talk to you yesterday. I got a migraine on Sunday night, and I haven't had one in 3 weeks, so that definitely was a bummer, but that's why I didn't end up finishing my pages on Sunday. I still didn't feel great yesterday, so I worked from home and just had a really chill day. I unfortunately also wasn't able to go to my dance class last night, but I did finish the pages I didn't read on Sunday yesterday. So now we're back on track. I asked my best friend last night to pick a number between 1 and 300, and she picked 241. That means that we have to read 241 pages today. I stopped reading on page 109 last night, and I'm now on page 124, so I read about 15 pages this morning. So we still have 226 pages to read. If the math is mathing, I don't know. I'm off work today, again, and I did want to have a really productive morning filming stuff, but I've been having so many nightmares the past few months. So even though I slept for like 11 hours last night, I felt so exhausted waking up this morning, and I also had so much anxiety because I have an appointment at a new psychiatrist today, and new people and new things in general give me so much anxiety. So I haven't really been able to do anything this morning. I've just been laying in bed. I fell asleep a couple of times, but now I got ready. I have to leave in about an hour-ish. Probably a little earlier because I don't really know how the parking situation looks like, so I want to be there early enough to not miss my appointment. I don't really have anything to tell you about The Reaper at the Gates. I'm still enjoying it, but I can't really tell you anything without spoiling something. So I'm back home, and as pretty much always, my anxiety was completely unnecessary. It went really well. I got a prescription for ADHD meds, but I'm still gonna take my antidepressant, so I'm gonna do both. But right now I'm gonna make some lunch because I'm really hungry and I'm getting a headache again, which is really annoying. But on a more positive note, I just got a package. I have one more book coming, but I'm not sure when it will be here. I think today as well. The first book I got is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I used to binge watch Reagan from Peru's Reader, I think is her channel called. I used to binge her videos, and she loves this author, and I just learned recently that this is also a post-apocalyptic kind of book, and I love those types of books. This is the first book in a series, so I'm really curious to see how I like it. And I also wanted to get some more fall books because I only found one when I went to the bookstore last week, and I want to make a reading fall books video soon. So I got a Cinnamon Falls Mystery by R.L. Kilmore. It says catching killers, catching feelings. What could go wrong? And the cover is really cute. It's just a cozy fall mystery, so that should be a quick and fun read, hopefully. Then I got King of Crete by Anna Huang. This is the next book in the Kings of Sin series that I've been reading lately. This book is until limited, but I do have a physical copy of the first two books, so I'm gonna collect the whole series, obviously. And then last but not least, I got Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. I've been seeing this on TikTok so much. I think I'm also gonna do a reading witchy books for a week video soon, so that would be perfect for that. I have no idea what it's about, but it looks really cute. But these are all the books I got. Now I'm gonna make myself some lunch before I starve to death. The last book I ordered just got here. Like I said, I want to make a reading witchy books video soon, so I also got The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I think this is the UK cover. I don't really like it. The US cover is really pretty, but I don't really like this one. But I'm still excited to read it. I just plugged my phone into the charger, so now I'm hopefully not distracted anymore. I'm gonna sit down and read some more of my book. I'm now on page 160-ish, I think. It was just pouring rain not even 20 minutes ago. No wonder I'm constantly having migraines. I did want to do some baking today, but I don't really feel like it. So I'm probably gonna do that on Thursday and just read for the rest of the day today. It's 9:30. I did work on my miniature set for a while, and I'm almost done. I think I'm gonna finish it tomorrow night after work if I don't have a migraine. I've been working on it for months, so it's really time to finish it at some point because I have so many other sets that I still have to build. I mean, not have to, it's obviously fun, otherwise I wouldn't do it. But I'm now gonna go back to reading. I'm on page 312 and I have to read to page 349. So I have about 37 pages left to read tonight. I'm gonna ask one of my friends now to pick a number for tomorrow. I think I'm gonna tell them 1 to 200 because I'm gonna be in the office all day tomorrow, so I only have tomorrow night to read, so I don't want to be too ambitious. But hopefully I'll be able to finish my pages tonight before I fall asleep, because once I turn off my lights and lay down, I fall asleep so easily. I don't want to complain, I know a lot of people struggle to fall asleep, so I mean, that's great that I can do that, but sometimes I do want to read for a little while longer. I also had a Kindle stand, Kindle holder, but now that I have my new Kindle, that holder is too small because the new Kindle is a lot wider than my old one and it doesn't fit anymore. So I ordered a pillow Kindle holder. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm going to show you once it gets here. And I'm really excited for it because I do have a page turner and it is just really comfortable not having to hold your Kindle constantly. I also ordered a new case for my Kindle and a pop socket, but I'm not sure when that's gonna be here. Also, I wish I had somebody to talk to about the Amber series because something so big was just revealed and I have to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it on here because I'm at the end of the third book. So it obviously would be a very big spoiler. My mind is just blown. The lighting is so bad. I look like I haven't slept in 10 days. But it is 9:30 on Wednesday. I was at the office all day and then my boyfriend came over for a few hours. We planned on him coming over tomorrow, but he came today instead. So my plans are kind of rearranged now and I really struggle with that. But it's fine. But I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna eat now. But I asked one of my friends this morning to pick a number. I asked her to pick a number between 1 and 200 and she picked 92. I started on page 349, so I have to read to page 440. And I have read a little. I'm now on page 406, so I have 34 pages left to read tonight, which I'll definitely be able to do. And then for tomorrow, I asked another friend to pick a number between 1 and 200. And I should have guessed, she's a Swiftie, so she picked 13. So we only have to read 13 pages tomorrow. I do work all day and then I have to get groceries and pick up my meds and stuff like that. So it's probably not too bad that I don't have to read a lot tomorrow. My Kindle holder came in and it's so cute. Obviously it's pink and it also has this tray sort of thing. It is 5 p.m. I just got off work and I'm gonna go pick up my meds and get groceries now. I made some chocolate rolls. They're basically like cinnamon rolls but chocolate instead of cinnamon because my brother and his girlfriend are gonna come over tonight and my brother can't eat cinnamon. So I made a chocolate version, but the tray I used for them was kind of too small and they don't look that great now. But it's fine. I'm sure they're gonna taste great. I haven't done any reading today, but since we only have to read 13 pages, I'm not really in a hurry. I think I have about 20 pages left of this book, so maybe I'm gonna go a little over the 13 pages and finish my book. I did already ask one of my friends to pick a number for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be the last day of this challenge because I'm gonna start a readathon on Saturday. It's Friday. I just got back home from work and it's the last day of this challenge. I'm gonna leave in about 40 minutes to meet a friend, but I asked another friend last night to pick a number between 1 and 300 and she picked 118. So we're gonna read 118 pages today. I think I only have about 10 pages left of A Reaper at the Gates. So I'm quickly gonna finish that and then probably read the rest of the pages tonight when I get back home. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm a little anxious. I don't know how it's gonna end. Of course my camera had to die a minute after I started filming, but I finished A Reaper at the Gates. I think I'm gonna rate it 3.75 or 4 stars. I'm not really sure yet. I expected a way more dramatic ending considering everything else that happened in the book before. I'm still excited to read the last book, but I didn't really enjoy this one as much as the first 2 books. I don't know why. I love Leah's and her brother's relationship. They would do anything for each other and I can relate to that so much because I love my brother to death. So I love reading about that part of the story. I'm a little frustrated with the love story in this series, but we still have another book. So maybe that's still gonna change. It only had 460 pages, so I only read I think 7 pages of this. So we still have 105 pages to read and I already picked out my next book. I'm gonna read King of Crete by Anna Huang. This is the 3rd book in the Kings of Sin series and I'm so excited. The first 2 books were so fast-paced and really entertaining to read. I'm gonna start this when I get back. I will also tell you more about it then. It is about 8:30. I'm back home and I have started my new book, but I thought I'd give you a quick haul of everything I got. I got some makeup refills of things I've run out of, and then I've also had this in my mailbox for 3 days now. I don't know why I didn't pick it up sooner, but it's another book. I feel like I have to go on a book buying ban every other month to avoid spending all of my money on books. But I am really excited for this one. I got People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. This was just released and I loved all of her other books, and this is fall themed, so I obviously had to get it. And I'm obsessed with the cover. I don't know anything about this book, but I'm sure that I'm gonna love it. And then we went to TK Maxx, or TJ Maxx, and I did have one fall mug. I have this pumpkin mug, but it broke a couple of weeks ago, so now I didn't have anything fall themed. So I got this mug with those little pumpkins, and it's so cute. And then I also got this one. I think this is perfect for iced lattes. It would be so cute in this. But that's everything I got. I also got some matcha, and it was really good, but not the best I've ever had. We're still trying out different places. But like I said, I have started my new book. I'm about 50 pages into it, so I still have to read 50 pages tonight. I started reading King of Crete, and I'm really enjoying it so far. This follows Dominic and Alessandra, who we already know from the first two books, and they have been married for 10 years. And in the first two books we were already introduced to them not being the happiest couple. Dominic is a self-built billionaire, and he has this really big and important company, and he just works all the time. He has cancelled pretty much all of their dates and important appointments the past few years, and Alessandra got more and more frustrated, which is totally understandable. And when he forgets about their 10-year anniversary at the start of this book, she is completely fed up and files for divorce, and now he's trying to get her back, and I think we're gonna follow them trying to figure things out. I'm loving the story so far. It's always so interesting to me to read about couples that have been together for a while going through a rough patch, because most romance books follow characters getting to know each other and starting their relationship. So I always love reading about couples that have been with each other for years. But Dominic is so frustrating. He doesn't treat his wife as a priority at all. I mean, I'm sure that he really cares for her and really loves her, but he doesn't show that. He's not really aware of her problem. He doesn't even see how badly he treats her. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I do have to say that Alessandra is not really innocent in all of this, because she apparently never talked about her feelings or him not treating her well. And he's a man. Like, I think you just have to tell men what you think. They can't really read your minds, unfortunately. So, but Dominic is definitely the one in the wrong here. So hopefully he's gonna see that at some point. I have like 50-ish more pages to read, and I'm gonna do that now. I'm on page 110 of King of Crete, so I finished reading my 118 pages for today. I think I'm gonna take a shower now and then go to bed because I'm really tired. But since I'm gonna start a new video tomorrow, I'm gonna end this one off here. I feel like this was a very boring video because I forgot to vlog pretty much the whole time. But I still hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!